So it's been a quick minute since we last played Pathologic. Just to summarize my notes before I hit the timer here. I have to complete a daily quest every day. Press Q to check it. L to check letters whenever I get a pop-up. We got a letter earlier that says we have to solve the epidemic before the Inquisitor arrives, which sounds scary. The body has been isolated by Ruben. We got a warning from our colleague that the powers that be in caps are out to kill me. So far, nothing dangerous has happened, but I have the sinking suspicion that I possibly came very close to just dying last episode. And I want to start talking to people that are on the map, so I'm going to work on doing that now. Nice, Midwick. This game is hard to classify. It's a mystery-solving eldritch horror, maybe, game? I'm not far enough along to be completely clear on what the core gameplay loop even is 3 hours into it. But we'll get there. Definitely some creepy shit in it. I was trying to update the thumbnail for this game on YouTube, so I googled the character's name, and I saw a version of that character that was way more high-res. Is that from the Pathologic 2, remake/reimagining or something? I have no leads on who to talk to first today, so... I'm going back in the house and see if anyone gives me any ideas.
I often feel like someone's looking at us from the other side.
Stairs, no bill either. Not helpful, okay. Thought I'd ask. I'm kind of playing against the time limit here, so... How's it going, sir? Finding random crap on the ground is always fun. Bottle for that. Fear of being out at night is a really good idea. It's like midnight right now, right? Sec. Doing okay. Some bad news about my sister. Her unemployment for coronavirus got denied. I'm trying to scramble to deal with that, but other than that, Andrea and I are doing okay. Hey, it's a person. Well, that's never happened before. Incredibly rude. So I'll ask chat for help on this one. Should I be resting for longer in order to pass the time and not be outside at midnight? Seems normal. This is kind of what people just do, right? Walk around outside and someone throws a knife at your face. Do people have hot takes on the coronavirus? I have no task at the moment is the problem. Other than the main mission, but... Try talking to that person. I have no leads on my map. Good morals and luck are great help in managing a small community without resorting to violence. Who's the Mad Tailor? It's a cold take. Top 10 things you won't believe Marstead thinks about coronavirus. Number 1. It might be a catalyst to a revolution. Kingmaker? I haven't heard of it before. So, a full hunger meter is bad, right? It's water. I don't think I've ever found food in this game. I don't think I can just get it for free either, right? If it's not a thing that's draining, and when it's empty I'm in trouble. It's a thing that is becoming full, and the more full it is, the worse I am off. So no quests or tasks. Alright, and there are presumably shops somewhere that I can go to that sell food? Let's see anything like that on the map. Are those the yellow buildings, maybe? Or stores? Taylor. Here's the comprised of building a city. Oh no, I'm sorry. Lucky. Friend Cat he's a custodian, so he's been kind of a front lines person of having to like wipe everything down and clean everything, and it's just so frustrating to see people in our town that are out gathering in small groups, like putting Cat at risk. You got creepy music in your house, did you know that? Alpha tablets, immunity booster, painkiller. I don't need any of that, I need food. Because I don't think I've ever actually seen food in this game. PC game and board game. I see. 1974. Huh. One of those like super complicated board games with rulers and protractors and lots of note taking. There's a board game group in Los Alamos. There's an older dude there that always wants to try to get people into those crazy war games. You look like a murder man. You look like you're not a friend. You already threw your knife, right? So you don't have shit else you can do? He's chasing me in slow motion. That's definitely happening. I thought there was a button for try to fight. I'm trying to find it while I'm running here. God. Leave me alone, dude. I thought there was a way for me to get my fists up somehow. Just jump button. No, I'm just mashing buttons on my controller to see if I can find it. Don't loop music. I need an auto run button so I can look for this command. There it is. First try. Okay. Ow, shit. Just clap for me? Oh, it was just the sound of clapping. Gross. What's that new thing I just got? Oops. Razors. No crime greater in the community than violating the integrity of a body with a sharp piece of metal. That time I didn't die. Pandemonium being rehearsed in the theater. But that's not something that gets added to my task or my quests, right? And the theater is just one of these yellow buildings that I'd have to track down. Or no, there it is, the town theater. Okay. Let me solve the starving to death problem first. It's looking pretty bad. How do I heal? So, like, clearing the hunger meter doesn't increase my health, right? Yeah, I took a lot of damage in an earlier episode. Taylor, I'm just gonna pop in since I'm struggling at the moment. Boots, repellent ankle boots. Feet and ankles from contact with infected surfaces and rat bites. Rat bites are a thing? Yikes. Okay. Now I know. So is this a game that, like, most people play through blind without Googling anything? Like, is it intended to be played in that way? Oh, there's a guy coming to murder me. That's why it's playing the "You're About to Get Murdered" music. You also do not sell food. Tourniquets. Stops bleeding and immobilizes damaged tissue. I already had one, technically, right? It's not typically played completely blind. Sure, well, I ask because, like, I think I would have played a game like Cultist Simulator differently had I known in advance what sort of game it is. Like, in Cultist Simulator, I wouldn't just, like, follow a walkthrough or something, but every now and then if I got stuck, I'd be like, I'm gonna look up, what does this card do? And they're like, oh, okay, that makes more sense. Can you not, dude? There's another guy with a... Fuck. Is throwing knife just an instant kill if it hits you? I don't have a tourniquet anymore, unfortunately. I know what shops don't have food, at least. Should I just go straight up here? Maybe I'll look out and there won't be any dudes along the riverbank. Nope, that guy looks like a murderer. Been here before. Before you murder me, let me save really quick. Does time still move while I'm on the map screen? Or can I get stabbed? Going into a building causes this guy to despawn, so... The main way I get money in this game is by it randomly picking up while I'm walking around, but also... like they're like in trash cans and stuff. I think I found that out in the previous episode. What's up? Give me a tourniquet. Guess give me a couple tourniquets. Drugs. Save. This game have trash burgers. This truly is the Earthbound for the modern Slavic roadside picnic weirdo. Oh, jeez, sir. Yikes. Intense battle music, yeah. That looks like a food icon, maybe? Yo, can you feed me so I don't die, please? You look just like the other shopkeeper. Cracker. Unlikely to be dangerous, but the river has it, it can be. Cooked a month ago. Nutritious and filling. Wow, that didn't make as big of an impact on my health meter as I was hoping it would. Yikes. Okay, so I need to get more money. Fried fish. Meat. Vegetables. Fresh. Benedict, what are you doing? Hold on, he's sticking his head out the window, and I have this private fear that since we have bears in the neighborhood that he's always like looking at a bear that's on our back porch. Pause the clock for a sec while I check. It's not a bear, it's a kitty. We got a picture one time of a bear on our back porch climbing up onto someone's second floor balcony to get a bird feeder. So I have this fun, irrational fear of like like removing the curtain and just having a bear staring right at me outside the window of the door. Alright. I've seen it in my dreams. You said I'd go to the theater, right? Thanks for the tip. I'm super interested to see what's going on with this whole Pathologic remake thing. The sprites I saw when I was searching for the character portrait for the thumbnail like looked a lot better. Like the character looked like they were a lot more unique and standoutish from the rest of the NPCs in the game in the remake. Did you just fucking die randomly? Oh, you got stabbed by a murder man. Okay. Not my problem.
Today, the killer was identified. Its nature turned out to be completely unexpected.
The enemy is found and named. It's called the Sand Pest. The contagious plague is threatening to ruin everything.
Sand Pest.
How can a killer like this be punished? How can a villain like this be struck?
He can't. It's impossible. By pulling a knife on it, you'll just cut an innocent body.
I think I should go. Nothing to be done here anyway.
You should go. Go then. Wherever you please.
Is it better to play this one first, Trigger? Oh, great. These are the guys from the Game Over screen. This is normal. This is how autopsies usually work, right? This one's the one to play since it's complete. I see. See what the second one is working from? I see. What's up?
Only knowing our fortune in advance could we predict our
Mark
conduct.
Immortell. Performs the mass every evening, and the blood gets rinsed off every night. The rest of the time slots are filled with the puppet show, but that's not all we have. Magic tricks, fortune-telling, dream reading. Is the theater? It's rather small. What a great picture of this guy's face. Chamber theater. Since I have the pleasure of being booking agent, director, and impresario, I can also tell you our shows are not for everyone's eyes. It's the next performance. You're part of the lineup. The play script is not complete. Everything depends on your actions. You won't have to wait long. When will the play script be approved? Your fate isn't bound yet. It'll take time, effort, and of course your direct participation. Come and see us every evening. We'll show you how you're doing bit by bit. I'll definitely come by.
Man would rather say evil of himself than say nothing.
3 heads of the dragon are facing 3 different directions. 3 powerful families, 3 clans are overturned by the wind. What? Tyrion, Daenerys, and Jon Snow? This wind got in through the breach torn by Simon's death. How will they cope? Will they be able to come to an agreement? The masks do not know the answer to that question. And who does? The masks are 2, but the families are 3. I suspect the extra family is just that, an extra. It's superfluous. Someone will have to let go of their power before their fellow men remember a different art of letting. Okay. Letting it go to their head? I think maybe you mean bloodletting. Hey, I called it. Bloodletting. Fading into non-existence voluntarily is still better than perishing under the pressure put on you by implacable foes. Wouldn't you agree? People are supposed to fight to the very end. He's just like, that's all.
Changeling went to the dangerous and the suspicious as an envoy of death itself.
Okay, so I still don't have a quest or a mission rim. I just saw creepy performance art when we got in. Still don't have... Great. Dude. Seriously. Save my good idea, right? Don't camp outside this
Man
room.
would
It's
rather
extremely
say
rude.
evil of himself.
Definitely
We
come
have sufficient strength to support the misfortunes of others.
Okay. Save. Murder guy's not out here this time. Hold on. Maybe he's like moving on a predetermined track based on time of day. I waited in there for too long. Does anyone have an idea of a building that I can go to? I've been pretty dependent on this quest list or like a marker on the map of someone to talk to that could progress the story. Right now I have like no leads at all. I don't know what the murder guys look like. Oh, you're creepy looking. What's with your face, Mr. Carouser? Oh, how ferocious Mother Nature is, for 'tis her wrath that is to be withstood. You anything on earth in exchange for a cup of chilly spring water. You have your water and I'll have bandages. I'm confused. Is it because he didn't actually have bandages that he wasn't able to give me anything there? Just gave him water for free, basically? I see. So sometimes those NPCs will have some? I'll try this building. No one has any thoughts on a building that I could go to maybe get the plot moving here? Affected people yesterday, died yesterday 11, gone missing 6, total death toll 22. It all ends in less than 11 days. It's to restructure authority as an equal and accept emergency powers. So 6 a.m. is what triggered that, maybe? Hey, Jan, how you doing? Yo.
So Saburov wants power. Pray forgive me. He had nothing to do with the foundation of this town. He's just managing it.
Station shut off and you're willing to help me get out of here? Why? It's a matter of respect. Don't get me wrong, I don't like Kane taking over my domain, but he does technically have the right to. I understand family sentiments. Going after the killer is a rather honorable endeavor. I have a feeling the killer won't be leaving town by train. I have a suspicion there might be an epidemic. Have you heard about it? I'm a businessman. I work with facts rather than ideas, suspicions, or theories. So this for you. The noise that has been raised around the situation is unpleasant and disadvantageous to me. Forgive me, you're asking me questions. You came to see Simon. Simon is dead. More than eager to get back to your research. I want to help you because this is my duty as a ruler and a local minister of transport. Oh. Well, did I get like a letter that had my duty is to stay here until the threat of an epidemic is neutralized? No, I don't have any letters. Any new ones, anyway. Maybe I was supposed to wake up in a bed and have someone approach me or something? Sure, it's like a barter system, like in Fallout. I thought the fact that he said I would like some bandages meant that the guy was guaranteed to have bandages, but it's just like, let me trade, knowing that you want water. He's isolated. Navica. Outbreak of a dangerous disease, okay. Yeah. Alright, I'm about to Google who I can talk to on day 2 to get a quest entry and progress the plot. One sec. Pathologic, day 2. Choose a letter to meet after 7. Okay, so I just have to walk around until 7? It's only 6 right now, I think. Try to farm some money in the meantime, maybe. Mostly is searching trash cans and crap, right? And also just getting it from randomly walking around. Broken watch. Because everything in this game is barter, merchants don't exclusively accept money. Nice, Jahan. I hope that worked out. You guys just use Roll20 as a virtual tabletop, or do anything crazy with it? Most stuff in this game comes your way if you wait. I see. So if you don't know what to do, just let time pass and eventually it'll force you into something. Yeah, thanks. We've run into this issue with a couple games where it's like, it takes a while to get what the game's formula or core progression loop looks like. So until you know how to play the game, you don't know how to play the game, if that makes sense. You know how the game wants you to play it, you don't know how to play it. I see. So it's never dependent on just like walking into random buildings and talking to random NPCs. That was something I was worried about. Creepy, as usual.
What's
You still creep?
wrong with my eyes? Haruspecs can't be.
Sorry to bother you. The Roll20 roll engine is like unnecessarily good. They had a ton of complaints about like whether or not the dice were random, so the RNG system that Roll20 uses is actually more random than physical dice, because imperfections in physical dice will slightly bias them towards certain numbers. But the Roll20 API, or it uses a University API that generates random numbers based on fluctuations in a beam of light. So stupid. Still looking for trash cans. I'm getting far enough along in this game that I'm a little bit more comfortable asking direct questions and getting answers. I guess if you want to keep, if you can think of a way to make your answer cryptic, that's fine. But if you just want to tell me directly, that's cool too. Is the main way to accrue wealth in this game to walk around and stick my nose in trash cans, or are there other better ways to get money and resources? Nice, scholar. Yeah. I used to go super hard on Roll20 features. I've had a couple campaigns where I was like, what are the features Roll20 has, and how can I like make a story element that specifically uses that feature? Dynamic lighting and fog of war and that kind of thing. Card system. So I should be getting a letter soon if I understand the game correctly. Right on, but it sounded like it worked. I like Roll20 so much that at this point, if I'm going to play in person, I will probably boot up Roll20 and just put it on the TV in the room. I think I've been in this area before. It actually looks different than the rest of town. Oh. Saburov's morning note. Yeah, I hit L a second ago and I didn't see it. As I've already informed you, I have a request to make. It's a matter of utmost importance. I'll elaborate on the situation in detail as soon as you come to see me in the Rod. In the event you consider our request to be outside your area of responsibility, I'll have to contact someone else with this. Incompetence of the volunteers, resulting in them losing their lives. So I don't have a marker for where he wants me to meet him, right? Window of this house are great. In Urban's. Actually, building number 4. Hospice. Town Hall. Crucible. I don't think I have a map marker for the Rod, do I? Those of us like way further north. Off the map I can currently see. Inputting rolls manually works just fine. The math engine in Roll20 is actually pretty powerful. You can automate a lot of stuff in there. What is the history of this place? The town was built step by step. Do tell me more. The town grew bigger as the owners of the Wool Project grew richer. Eventually the town of beasts surrendered and became the town of men. What do you mean by the town of beasts? Wolves set the base there, not people. The town of beasts nurtured the town of men and demanded nothing in return. This is how normal street people on the street just talk to strangers, right? Even the smell is somehow not omnipresent. Judging by the size of your abattoir, the production must also be massive. The place is supposed to be reeking of bowls. Yeah, the abattoir is, like, comically huge. Right. Yeah, the wiki tries for the most part, but I agree with you, Scholar. Especially as new features get added, they're not very good about going back and updating shit. Trammel, Sticky, Studio, the Rod, there we go. Right. So usually if I have a problem, I have to search forums for answers, which is frustrating sometimes. I guess, in general, if you guys notice that I got a letter, it's really hard for me to see the icon for it, I guess. Just let me know. I mean, I'll try to hit L occasionally to see if I have one that's pending. Why not? Lame. I think I have to go all the way around. How does the randomly generated money in this game work? Like, is it randomly generated? Is it just every so many steps you get money for free as like an income? Is it that it's invisibly on certain parts of the ground and I happen to walk on top of it, I loot it automatically? Oh, it's decided that you pick it up even now. Okay. Whether it's just like streaming a certain amount of income to you throughout the day if you're outside, or if it's like literally little flags on the ground that you set when you step on them. Yeah, it kind of looks like an autosave icon. I almost don't even notice the money pickup pop-ups. Brain tunes it out. Yo. Creepy spider.
I'm afraid I'm of little use now.
See for yourself that people differ greatly. Sad but true. Some of them shine like stars, others are nothing but steppe grass. It's one thing that makes them different. Truly outstanding people care for others and are even prepared to give up their lives for their fellow men. People of the crowd only care for themselves. This shit's pretty relevant to the current crisis. Why are you telling me this? Who will be willing to give up their lives for you, dear Bachelor? Willing to give you another chance to avert the forthcoming catastrophe. Do you accept the sacrifices? No, I don't accept anyone's sacrifices. My job is to save human lives rather than waste them. The life of a person can become the fee you'll have to pay to see the events move forward, unless you'd be willing to contribute to them, of course. And I hope they wouldn't do it without my knowledge. It's a strange way of compelling me to take action.
It is as if my temples were pierced with needles. Do something.
They specifically got people who were not voice actors for this, or if they got people that asked them to act really weirdly. Easing the pain of those who cannot be saved is also a worthy feat, isn't it? Military arithmetics are a double-edged knife. As a doomed person already crossed off from the list of survivors, even the dead deserve care. You can't save everyone. It's harder to make yourself busy with helping those who can still be saved. Yeah, right. Doesn't quite sound like Twin Peaks, but it's not a good idea to take away from the living for the sake of the dead. Perhaps you should share a part of yourself with them. We'll pay back in spades. If you kill someone and help others pass on, the murder will be forgiven. I'll keep that in mind. Is he just like outside? In the rod. Must be another door in this building. Yeah, I keep comparing it to Roadside Picnic, which I should probably actually read before I compare it, but I have an understanding of that kind of fiction. It's also like Stalker, which was super strange and obtuse.
Without the mistresses, the ruler's struggle for power will turn into a military confrontation. But Katerina? No, wrong.
Yesterday you told the Canes that we may possibly have to face an epidemic. I believe you, Bachelor. In all honesty, I'm one of the few people that do. The rest are astonishingly blind. Most important thing is that I've managed to persuade you. Still have a few precious hours to stop the disease from spreading. I declare a state of emergency, but I can't do anything. My hands are tied. Who's in charge of maintaining order? I am. Many years with Saburov that held executive power on their hands. Until now, we haven't had a serious reason to enforce it. Times of peace, the skill tipped in favor of the legislative branch, the kings. What's preventing you from using your power? Authority belongs to the triumvirate. It's presided over by the patron, the head ruler, but now that Simon is dead, his place is vacant. Georgie and Vlad are too afraid that the old balance might shift. I know, right? So was the previous thing we were talking about with Katerina. If I declare a state of emergency at my own discretion, there will be a feud, a civil strife. I need them to acknowledge me, at least. To take further action, I need the Olgimsky's money and the Kane's standing. I need Big Vlad's cunning and Georgie's energy. I also need their servants to follow my orders. Well, they make concessions to you. It's glaringly obvious that every minute counts, else the town will die. So damned infantilism. One of them's a greedy child, another is a whimsical one. They admit that there's an outbreak in town, it will actually happen, frighteningly relevant. And Pathologic, 2005. It's either megalomania or cunning calculation. What can I do to convince them? Find proof, any proof immediately. When Reuben tampers with the body and he'll be busy with it for a long time because he's not a professional, the initiative will be lost. Help me, Denkowski. Find factual proof, show it to them, and they won't be able to deny the truth any longer. Sadly, this is now my direct duty. I received a letter from the powers that be testifying to that extent. I've asked several people I trust for help. Perhaps they've already offered to help you too. Some of them have sent word to me already. Anna Angel, the current owner of the Willows, is positive that she knows how to find irrefutable proof of the outbreak. She needs a competent person to assist her. Alright, we got a map marker. We got progress. Feeling good. Just 1 second. Oh, I got to turn around. Sorry. Oops, sorry. Muted by mistake there. We're back. Sup?
I don't want to undress. What if there's something scary on my skin?
Weird thing to say. What do you think? It's unstoppable? I've started saving up pills. Tell me which ones work better. Come on Saburov's behalf. Real proof is required for the rulers to devolve their powers to him and begin cooperating. Are you aware no one believes you? Saburov, the despot, was the only significant person to have sided with you. Could have prevented the disaster, but it's too late now. Well, doesn't anyone believe me? Yesterday they were all very busy harping on about my educated opinion being the ultimate truth to them. Living a very quiet life for a while, we're not used to. A lot of people were killed yesterday, you know. I still can't believe it. It's like a pagan demon has passed through the town, possessing the crowd, committing foul murder, and somehow remaining invisible. What was it you wanted to tell me? Just Disturbing rumors were heard from different districts all night, mostly inconsequential and mostly driven by everyone's fear of the man-eater, the mob's crazed vigilantism. It's all rubbish. Tell me more about it. Steppe legends that would seem primitive and barbaric to you. Legends of a dead crawler. Of a Mara that has one of her heads eating what the other has disgorged. Of an oily shabnak that has had its bowels dissolved into the ground by gray-haired August. Very eldritch. Don't tell me about the hotbeds. Which rumors did you find disconcerting? Brought to me by second-hand dealers. I started saving up medicine. Everyone's noticed an unusual silence and occasional strange animal behavior, especially that of dogs. Packs of rats, too. Hunchback said that such things are often left unnoticed in the general panic. Those resemble the first signs of an outbreak. Dogs always get anxious when people do. Rats, there's a slaughterhouse nearby, isn't there? Other signs, too. Frightened scribblings or repulsive oily spots on walls here and there. Raspy breathing that can only belong to giant lungs can be heard by the silent houses. They say the Shabnak, the embodiment of the disease, is breathing poisonous air, leaving her fat on the walls as she walks by. Gross. Show me where these places are. The children know which houses are infected. There are 3 of them, 4 tops. Talk to Capella, the young Olgimskaya. Children are drawn to her like moths to a flame. They tend to hang around everywhere, report everything to her. Is that the lump? Cool. We have talked to Capella before. One of these points I gotta get more food, because I'm still not doing great on that hunger meter. My hunger meters start this full. I feel like I need to spend a significant amount of the core gameplay loop of this game rooting around in trash cans for things to trade for food. Go for it, Scholar. Delivery companies are being really careful and they really need the income, so... Especially if you have, like, a local business. Chili's announced that they're doing contactless carryout, where they have this thing where everyone's wearing gloves and masks and they bring things out to you in a sealed container. Set it next to your car and then you get out of the car and pick it up or something.
I feel a current in my veins.
Bachelor Tenkovsky, founder of Thanatica, unexpected visit. I need your help. Have you by any chance heard of anything unusual going on in the town from the children, perhaps? Must be aware I'm looking for Isidore's murderer. Little kids come in flocks throughout the town. Her face is really creepy. The youngest are afraid of Shabnak. The older ones tell me there's something wrong with certain houses. I can see your intelligence is quite competent. Which houses are those? Children are lovely reporters. They remember all that's crucial to them in great detail and leave out everything else completely. And as for this case, my friends have noticed a staggering amount of detail. They have forgotten to tell me the most important parts. We'll give you a rough direction to the area. What details have they noticed? The silence, the moaning chorus from below the ground, lamentations from behind the windows, dogs banding together into packs and eating soil, gross, scary, creepy, the unusual smell in the air as if stinking cloth was burned. A friend of a friend's friend hasn't come to an appointment. Where do I look for these silent houses? It's in Earth, the troubled southern part of town. Use a guide down there. Find a boy named Sticky. He'll show you the houses that have fallen silent. Lara was looking to you. She needs your help with something. being extra careful for that. Yeah, that's fair. I guess if you can find a delivery place that you know is like being extra especially cautious, that helps. It's a tough situation though. Temperature readouts of the prep step and the deliverer. Man, it's a weird world we live in. We don't know too much of what kind of surfaces the virus can survive on, right? Like, I saw there was a study showing that it could survive on cardboard for some number of hours and steel for some number of hours in laboratory conditions. But who knows what the real risk of like going to a drive-thru is, for example. Yo, sell me some of that beef. Or not. Let me save really quick while I'm thinking about it. This guy's just the same shopkeeper everywhere. I see. So this is telling me total value of the things that I'm offering. Okay. So most of the stuff like this in the game, just like vendor trash. I don't need to worry about like holding on to certain items. Fresh meat. Meat of animals slaughtered hours ago. No one knows where this came from. The situation in the abattoir is unknown. The internet are closed off to no common people. Any common contact with the termitary is temporarily cut off. Which isn't tasty if properly cooked. Preserved vegetables. Jars are not labeled. Good for one's health in different measure. Increases hunger? The lemon does? Stale bread, no signs of mold. Fire preventing its burns and grazing stabs. Okay, food. It's a little better. Still not great. You try eating a whole lemon for dinner to make you feel satiated. Would it actively make me feel more hungry, though? That's the thing that's surprising to me. Yeah, it's frustrating that people seem to can only see what's like literally in front of their nose. One level of abstraction of when we say that the death rate is 1% or 2% or 5% or whatever, we're not saying that when you go outside there is a 1 in 100% chance that you will get sick. We're saying every time you go outside, you're a bouncing dot that's potentially spreading the contagion to others. It's a really good Washington Post article that has the simulations with the different dots showing the spread of the virus. If like everyone is moving, if 20% of the population is moving, if 80% of the population is moving, that kind of thing. Showed that to a couple people who weren't getting it, and they're like, "Oh, I get it now." Okay, don't go outside unless you have to. Creepy house. That's where Sticky lives. I'm gonna walk into one of these houses and something monstrous is just gonna come try to murder me right away.
Every Joker's one step away from being a goner.
Okay, kid, don't do that with your head. It's really strange. Some houses are always open for you, others open for everyone only under special circumstances. If a person dies, there's a wedding or something. I made a map a year ago. There are only so many marks on it. There's no room for houses. I hid in a house for about 2 hours once. The owners were there and they didn't notice me. You should study, not indulge in tomfoolery.
Well knows the kitten whose meat it has eaten.
I think the frustrating part, Scholar, is it's the difference between trusting experts and trusting your gut, right? People's gut intuition is, this doesn't seem that bad. Then someone is saying, no, it's really bad. Listen to us. And we're like, well, no, I think it's fine. That's not okay. Teach me to tell a person's expected lifespan by their pupils. What? Your main quest is to stay at home for now, otherwise you'll get infected and die. Do you believe me? Who doesn't believe there's an outbreak is a perfect fool. We need to block off everything. This kid has his shit together. How do you know this? People thought a man-eater was in the town. They all locked their doors up. Only the brave ones didn't, and those who somehow knew the rumors were all fibs. Seen very few open doors so far. Some houses are standing ajar. There's moaning coming from inside. All in all, no one in their right mind would invite the disease to their home. See, that kind of welcome is a bad sign. Coming to walk around pushing every door until one of them opens? That's stupid, even I wouldn't do that. There are other clues that set a dangerous place apart. Ask some guys around here. As for the girls, you can ask Grace and Capella. Not Murky, though. Her imagination's getting the better of her. Locals leave their doors open when there's no hope left. A nice custom. Quite useful. Okay. So, presumably I've got a new quest entry here. Troy told me of the dubious endeavors of Sticky, a street urchin. The little rascal was quite distressed by the yield of his own exploits. If I can get my hands on him, maybe I can check out the location of this silent house. Okay, future Marstead, here's what's going on. Press Q to bring up the quest menu. Actually, go to the beginning of this video and watch the stuff that I opened with, because that's also helpful. But you're on day 2. You need to watch your hunger meter. You got it down to about half. Make sure that you're always checking trash cans for things to sell. This kid, Sticky, is supposed to tell us where a house in this general vicinity is that we need to investigate. He said it would be silly for us to just try every door, but in a worst-case scenario, I suppose you could try that. The quest log mentions talking to him and hasn't updated after talking to him just now, so maybe try to progress dialogue with him a little bit further and see what you get out of him. Other than that, try going outside and looking around in the houses outside of here. And remember that your save slot is probably like slot 3, it's not the quick save slots. Thanks, folks. I'll let you guys know what's coming up here.